topic is, what do you do? What do you do means, ¿qué haces como profesión? ¿Qué es lo que haces? Es la pregunta. What do you do? For example, I am a teacher, or I teach. I work in a school. All right, so what are we going to learn here? We're going to learn to ask and answer questions about jobs. We're going to describe routines and daily schedules. Okay, so let's go. It says 6 popular part-time jobs in the United States. Babysitter. Babysitter is very popular in the United States. A fitness instructor, an office assistant, a sales associate, social media assistant, and tutor. All right, so let's go with, it says, which jobs are easy, which are difficult, which are exciting, boring, and why? Okay, so which jobs do you think are difficult? Okay, which do you think are easy? For example, my job is easy. Yes, teaching English is easy for me. All right, so we're gonna go over some vocabulary words, guys. Word power, jobs. Okay, complete the words, the word map with jobs from the list. For example, office work, food service, traveling, industry, and entertainment business or entertainment business. All right, so here we go. A chef. Where we're gonna put a chef? In the food service. Very good. A musician. In the entertainment business. A pilot. Travel industry. Receptionist. Office work. Server. A waiter or waitress. I mean, food service. Singer. Entertainment business. Tour guide. Travel industry. And web designer. Office work. Very good, guys. Let's continue. It says work and workplaces. All right, so here we have more jobs, more vocabulary words. Carpenter, let's repeat. All right, so repeat after me. Carpenter. Cook. Dentist or dentist. I'm going to dentist, I'm going to the dentist. Doctor. Engineer. Firefighter. Front desk clerk. Graphic designer. Lawyer. Mechanic. It's incorrect. It's incorrect to say mechanic. It's mechanic. Nurse. Office manager. Police officer. Reporter. Restaurant host. Salesperson. Security guard. Taxi driver. Teacher. Vendor. Very good. All right, so I am on my feet all day. Estoy parado todo el día. Estoy de pie todo el día. Let's listen to the conversation, guys, between Amy and Derek. Okay, so let's see what kind of jobs do they do. All right, very good. So let's go with the question. What do you do, Derek? So what does Derek do? Derek works part-time. What is his profession? He is a server. So he works part-time. And what restaurant do you work at? So what restaurant does Derek work at? He works at Estella's Cafe downtown. And does he like it? How does he like it? It's okay. He's always on his feet. He's tired all the time. He's always tired. Okay, so what does Amy do? What is Amy's profession? She's a dancer. She is a dancer. And this is it difficult? Dancing difficult for Amy? She says a little bit. She stands also all day. She's on her feet all day. Very good, guys. So here the important question is, what do you do? What do you do? What restaurant do you work at, or what company do you work at? Okay, what office do you work at, and how do you like it? Those are the three questions that we're going to focus on. And let's see what other questions. All right, so we have, what do you do? I am a student. I have a part-time job. Where do you work? I work in a restaurant. Where do you go to school? I go to the University of Texas. What does Amy do? Aquí usamos el does porque estamos hablando de una tercera persona. Ok, recuerden que cuando estamos hablando de una persona en singular, tercera persona, usamos el auxiliar does. All right, so you guys remember that every time we use a singular third person, or a third person which is in singular, he or she or Amy or Pedro or whatever, we use does. All right, not do. So what does Amy do? She's a dancer. Where does she work? She works at a dance company. She travels to. How does she like it? She loves it. Okay. So here what we're doing is the question. Here we need to understand the do and the does. When do we put do? Do you? Do they? Yes, let's review very quickly. We use do or do you, they, we, and do I. Does for he, for she, and it. Okay. Very good, guys. All right, so here we have questions. Here we have verbs, sorry. Work, third person, works. Take, takes. Study, studies. Aquí no digan study. It's not correct, it's a study, studies. Teach, teaches. Do, does. Go, goes. Have, has. All right, so let's complete here the exercise. Complete the conversation, then practice with partner. All right, so let's complete it together, guys. And let's it says, what do you do? I'm a full-time student. I study the piano. And what goes here? To school. He says, I go to, so what is the question? The question is, where? And where do you, and the verb, go. And where do you go to school? The answer is go. I go to Brooklyn School of Music. Wow. Question. ¿Cómo te gusta? What is the question? So what is the question? ¿Cómo te gusta? The question is, how do you, yes, how do you like it? Exactly, guys. The question is, well, how do you like your classes? I like them a lot. Very good. I like them a lot, or I enjoy them a lot. What Tanya do? Yes, here we're asking a question about third person. Tanya does, what does Tanya do, or what do Tanya do? What does Tanya do? Yes, what does Tanya? She's a teacher. She teaches. Con S, porque ella es third persona. Third person. She teaches an art class at a school in Denver. And what about Ryan? Where do he or where does? Where does? There's a persona. Where does he work? He work or works? Works. Because he works. And the question is here, what is it? What? What does he do exactly? He's a web designer. He diseñar, designs. He designs fantastic websites. Very good. Number 3. What do Bruce and Ivy do, or what does? Aquí tenemos dos personas. El auxiliar sería do. Very good. Do. What do Bruce and Ivy do? They restaurant. It's really good. They work at an Italian restaurant. It's really good. That's nice. And then is Avi's job. What is? All right, so here we have what, because aquí le falta el what. What is Ivy's job? Well, she manages the finances, and Bruce helps in the kitchen. Yes. Helps in the kitchen. Where? Yes, where does Ali, because it's one person. Very good. Where does Ali work? He work or works? Works. He works. He works at a university. He tiene, el verbo tener, has, en tercera persona, has. Yes, he has a part-time job. Really? What? What do he do, or what does he do? What do he do, or what does? Does. Yes. What does he do? He trabaja, works. Oh, no, hace. Hace. Does, porque quieren decir, él hace trabajo de oficina. He does office work. And then, como le gusta? How does he? How does he like it? Not much, but some extra money to spend, he has. Aquí sería has, él tiene. Very good. All right, guys. So here, basically, the important thing here is the auxiliary, do and does. Okay, do and does. And when to put an S on the verb. ¿Cuándo se le agrega la S al verbo? ¿Sí se acuerdan? Do you remember? En afirmación, cuando estamos diciendo Jamie, Jaime, has, Christy, my mom, does, house, work. So we have to put the S on the verb when it's affirmative. Remember, in negative and questions, we never put an S on the verb, only in affirmative, guys. All right. So let me erase here. All right. All right, guys. So let's go with I work in the afternoon. Let me see. All right, one to one. All right, so I work in the afternoon. Let's go with a conversation between Christina and the taxi driver. All right, let's listen. Let's listen very carefully, guys. Watch. All right, guys. Here we go. So Christina and the taxi driver having a conversation. And Christina, where does Christina need to go? Where does she need to go? She needs to go to the National Bank downtown. Downtown es el centro de la ciudad. Nunca digan in the center of the city. Downtown. All right. Why is she going downtown? What is the reason? For what? For what reason? Because she has a meeting. She's late for a meeting, actually, right? So what time is her meeting? In 10 minutes. All right. So does Christina usually go to work in the morning? Yes? No. I don't usually go to work in the morning. Yes. What time does she normally go to work? In the afternoon. Yes, very good. What time does she start? She starts at 1. Very good. Excellent. All right. So Christina works better in the afternoon. All right, so let's go to here, guys, the grammar. We're gonna go to the grammar. So what is the grammar here? The same thing. I get up. Yes, here we're gonna use some time expressions: at, early, around, late, until, before, and afternoon. I get up at 7. Yes. For time, para el tiempo, chicos, siempre van a decir at. Es igual que decir en español a las. Así que tienen que decirlo. Muchos alumnos se les olvida decirlo. Dicen, I get up 6. No, I get up at 6. Es como en español, me despierto 6. No puedes decir, me despierto 6. Me despierto a las 6. So that's at. I get up at 7. I leave work early. Temprano. Early es temprano. Early. Write it in your notebook. Early. Y se pronuncia early, no early. It's early. I go to bed around 11. Around. Alrededor de. Yes. I get up. It says I get up. Sorry, I get home late. Llego a casa tarde. I get up home late. I get home late. I stay up. Me desvelo. El verbo stay up es desvelar. Me desvelo hasta medianoche o la madrugada. Yes, I stay up until midnight. I exercise before, until es hasta. I exercise before noon, antes de mediodía. I wake up afternoon. I wake up afternoon, despierto después de mediodía. And then we have in the morning, siempre vamos a usar in. We are always going to use in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, at night. La palabra at night, night siempre lleva el at. On Fridays, los días siempre llevan on. No digan the. El error común es the Monday, the Tuesday, the Wednesday. It's on Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday, on Thursday, on Wednesday, on Friday, on weekends, on weekdays, entre semana. On weeknights, entre semana, pero en las noches. Weekends, fines de semana. All right. So let's finish this exercise, guys. Choose the correct word. We're going to choose the correct preposition. I get up at 6. We have to choose at weekdays or on weekdays. On weekdays. Number 2, I have lunch at 11 or early 11:30. At 11:30. In Mondays or on Mondays. On Mondays. Recuerden que el on va con días. Yes. 3, I have a snack in 10 or around 10. Around 10. Around 10 in night or at night. At night. In Fridays or on Fridays. On Fridays. On Fridays, I leave school early. Very good, temprano. Very good. I stay up, me desvelo, before 10 a.m. or until. Hasta, until 10 a.m. In the weekends or on the weekends? On the weekends. I sleep around noon or I sleep until noon. In Sundays, on Sundays. I sleep hasta until noon. In Sundays? No, on Sundays. Días de la semana llevan on. I have dinner. Next one. I have dinner at midnight. Sorry, at weeknights. I'm sorry, I messed up. I have dinner at 7 or in 7. At 7. At weeknights or on weeknights? On weeknights. 8, I read a book after I go to sleep or before I go to sleep. Before I go to sleep. Antes de ir a dormir. In the weekends or on the weekends? On weekends. On weekends. I go to bed in or at? In. I go to bed. No, I'm sorry. I go to bed at 1 o'clock. Sorry. 10. In Thursday or on Thursday? On Thursdays. I leave work at 9 p.m. 11. I work late on Wednesdays. I work until on Wednesdays. Late. And 12. I study around 11 or I study until 11. I study until 11. After dinner. Early dinner. I study around 11 after dinner. After dinner. It should be after dinner. I study around 11 after dinner. Yes. Very good. All right, guys. So let's practice some conversation. I will ask you the questions and you give me the answers. I'll give you my opinion. And this is to close the class for today. Which days do you get up early? In my case, I get up early every day. I love to wake up early. I wake up around 5:30 and 6:30, more or less. I don't know, more or less, but I never wake up after 7. I wake up before 7. What time do you guys wake up? What's something you do in the morning? In my case, I always drink coffee. I meditate. I give thanks. I have a list of things that I give thanks to. I read. I watch motivational videos. What about you guys? What's something you do before English class? I prepare my class. I go over my class. Sometimes I eat. What's something you do on Saturday evenings? On Saturday evenings, I watch YouTube videos. I play video games. Sometimes I go to my friend's house. Which days do you stay up late? Number 5. Which days do you stay up late? I usually stay up late. I don't know, once a week, twice a week. I stay up until 11, maybe 12:30 or less. All right, stay up desde la. Which days do you go to bed early? Voy temprano a la cama. What time do I go to bed early? Well, in my case, I go to bed early. Maybe when I'm tired, but maybe Sunday or maybe on in the middle of the week. But I normally go to bed at between 11:30 and 12:30, more or less. What do you do after dinner on weeknights? After dinner, I sometimes I play video games, or sometimes I go for a walk. It depends what time it is. And sometimes I watch YouTube videos. And what do you do after lunch on weekends? After lunch, I give a class. Sometimes I give a class, sometimes I take a class. So that's what I do, guys. All right. I hope you understood. All right, so that's it for today, guys. Here, like the important things are the prepositions. You just have to remember the preposition list. Yes, if you want, like, you remember you have to say in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. It's confusing sometimes for students, but you need to practice, guys. All right.